What is going on YouTube? So today's video is solely sponsored by Jackspania Racing. Link is always in the description below, guys, and I will definitely link this harness because had I knew about this harness, I could have saved that extra 16, 20 bucks on this jumper harness. So this here hopefully will resolve all our issues with the cluster not working and the fuel pump should prime right and the engine, it should start and run as it should. Now, I'm not saying that's our reason for that knocking noise. I don't know what that was. It did kind of fade away. I do plan to drain the oil. I see the comments, guys, so we're definitely gonna dive more into this engine. We do have to pull it out anyway, but for now, I really wanna situate the wiring issues. If we get that fixed, then I can snatch the engine out. We'll check the bearings. If they seem loose, we'll throw some new bearings in it. I'm gonna check the water pump, see how that is. I may just throw that oil pump we have in there to just kind of ensure that we're getting proper flow, but I don't think there's anything wrong with this oil pump. And yeah, we'll just continue to build from there. But for now, before we even snatch the engine, I want to get this dash working right, and I want to make sure that everything functions properly. Hopefully we can get the fans to work and yeah, just all of that stuff. So this harness here, guys, is freaking amazing. Did not know this existed. This is a, I shit you not, OBD2, like this is for a 96 to 98 Honda Civic OBD2 to OBD1 conversion harness, if that makes sense. Did not know they make these, but I'm learning stuff, guys. I didn't know, but I don't know if he got one for the trap. I may try to get one for this, man, and eliminate that freaking jumper thing, because that thing, the eBay ones, sometimes some of the wires can come out and cause you issues that you never knew you had. And it's just good if we can eliminate it all together. But essentially, guys, that's exactly what this harness does. So you'll notice it's got all three plugs down here for the OBD1 ECU, which is what we're gonna be running, chip P28. It's also got this sub harness connection for, I believe this is for like the body of the car. This will plug up to this sub harness, which as you can see, 96, 98, B sub. It'll plug, the big plug right there plugs right into that, and then this green plug right here plugs into the cabin, which I guess will tie all of that stuff together. It's also got this long wire here with this plug on it, and I haven't really looked to see exactly where it goes, but I'm pretty sure that it goes right here, and that's why they give you that extra length. Let's test this out. Yep, that's where it goes right there, guys. Didn't plug it all the way in, but yeah, so that'll connect there, and that should make the entire, I guess, harness work properly with the dash and stuff. So that's really awesome. Got this nice run of wire. Everything's nice heat wrapped and sealed with this nylon mesh looking stuff. So yeah, everything looks good to go. Super nice harness, and it's definitely at an affordable price compared to the competitors. So this is definitely one that I would recommend grabbing if you're trying to get like an aftermarket harness. Now he did have a budget version of this. I think he discontinued those. He was talking about they weren't as nice of a quality as these were. They were a little bit like cheaper made, but I liked it those because those are kind of what the budget friendly guy wants when he does his swaps and stuff. A lot of times, man, it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as it works, we're okay with it as a budget community. But anyway, this is the harness that we're gonna hopefully get redone. The only downside to it, as you can see, is OBD1 on this end as well. And that's the only bad thing about it. But the thing about that is all we have to swap are the alternator, which is this plug, and the 4 fuel injectors, which are those. It has the old ones with the little metal clips on it. Absolutely hate these, but this is a nicer design. It looks like you can just get something right up in there and pull it back versus the stock ones. But in any case, we're gonna eliminate all 4 of those and replace it with the OBD2 style ones like this, which will slide right on the injectors that's in this engine, and hopefully everything else will work. The good thing is this Hornets actually has the 2-wire outer air control valve already wired in, so hopefully we plug that in. This one already has the 2-wire on it. We can re-input that in the computer when we tune it, and hopefully that outer air control valve will actually work. That would be really sick, because again, I'm trying to maintain the AC and stuff on this car, and we really need that for everything to be a smooth operation. But yeah, other than that, man, we got the normal stuff here. We got ECT, we got reverse, which on Civics is a cool plug. On the cores, it's like 2 damn fucking connectors. But yeah, you got this is the temp sensor for your dash, and that's the distributor. I checked that also plugs up just great. There's your, that's the speed sensor right there, and so on and so forth. We got the fan. I mean, everything's beautifully labeled, guys. A ground wire with the little loom on it. I mean, everything's labeled as it should be. It's got this nice like OEM type of connector like wired into it. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing fitted for this engine, and hopefully we can get it thrown on. OBD2 injector plugs wired in, nicely finished off with a touch of electrical tape, just how I like it. And I even retained the 1, 2, 3, so we can tell which one goes where. And on this harness, the colors are completely different from what the factory Honda stuff is. But I just went off the fact that with the injectors, you always got 1 wire that's the same color on all 4 injectors. And I just matched that to the wire that was the same color on all the Honda and wire inside. So the yellow wire with the black stripe is the same on all these plugs. And on the Jackspania Hornets, it's got a blue wire that's the same on all the plugs. All the other colors alternate between each injector. So I just put the blue with the yellow and the black stripe all the way across. Know it sounds complicated, but it's really a lot simpler than you might be thinking. Now the next thing that I'm doing is wiring the OBD2 alternator wiring up, and I realized that the Jackspania plug only had 3 wires. It didn't have the 4th wire. So I'm gonna look at it. By the time I'm editing this video and this video is done, it's gonna be tomorrow, because it's already about to be 9 o'clock and I'm not gonna stay out here, gotta work. So I'm gonna knock off as soon as I finish this plug. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look it up and see what this wire actually does. The wire that's missing is this yellow, black and yellow wire. So I'm gonna look and figure out what that wire does, if I need it or if it's something they just stripped out of it because it keeps it simpler. Let the soldering iron heat up a little bit, and I'm gonna tackle these wires, and then we'll probably knock off for the night. Here we go, boys. Got those 3 wires all set up. So Guys, I don't know. Man, I'm getting sick and tired of this freaking car, guys. I'm trying my best. What I did was I kind of laid the tuck harness onto the engine, and I got all of the accessories plugged in that matter the most, I would say. The only problem is now it plugs straight into the ECU and everything like it should, and it connects here to the chassis harness. That feeds back into the firewall. These two wires here, I don't know if y'all can see the lighting, but those two wires that are just wired, like spliced in right there, they had the labeling on them, white with a red stripe and blue with a yellow stripe. So I just matched those to the wires on the chassis harness, but I didn't want to cut anything yet because I wasn't sure if that was my issue. And I want to see exactly what that does. I don't know what that's like that for yet, but if we can get it to start, I was gonna test it like and see, like unplug it, plug it up, and see if it makes a difference. But yeah, I can't seem to get anything as far as the ECU goes. It's like the ECU just is not connected. Everything else cuts on, it'll turn over, but I don't know, it's like I'm not getting anything ECU related, and I can't figure it out. Like, I'm not getting the check engine light. All the lights don't come on when you first turn the switch on, and I'm not getting any fuel pump whatsoever. The only thing that scares me is with it being converted to OBD1 from there to here, I mean, I just don't understand, how can wires be wrong if each wire is going to the right sensor here and it's pinned for OBD1 ECU? I'm running the OBD1 ECU with a chip. It should work. Essentially, guys, what this harness is doing is freaking amazing. It's deleting OBD2 altogether. So again, like I said earlier in the video, you don't have the jumper harness. Like, it essentially runs each wire directly from the ECU to the corresponding sensors that it needs on the engine. That's meaning this motor or car, whatever you want to say, essentially won't even know that it was OBD2. Like, it'll just run. This is definitely not how I wanted to start my 2023 videos with y'all boys, man, but I'm gonna have to stop this video here. I'm just trying to figure it out. I don't understand. The trap was fine. This OBD2 converted down to OBD1, fine. The only difference is on the Accords like this, when you go OBD2 to OBD1, the AC doesn't work anymore. And I'm wondering, is it some weird shit like that with the Civic as well? I don't know. But with that being said, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Dyno tuning the Turbo CB7 tomorrow. That video will be out after this one though, so stay tuned for that. I will catch y'all next time. Remember, guys, respect our bills. It's 2023. Let's go.